Okay, we're out here. I'm working on something on the truck. I wanted to just make a quick video, let all the subscribers on the channel know that I am not dead. I'm still here, working away on the truck. And one of the things that's been bugging me for a while is that on my truck originally when I got it, the person I got it from had put I think their buddy had dropped a motor from a junkyard in. And my truck is a two-wheel drive, and they had inadvertently put a four-wheel drive motor in. When I got it, the problem is that from Toyota, the configuration of the oil pans is different between the 4x4 22RE and the two-wheel drive 22RE. And if you're not experienced with what's going on, and I wasn't when I first got my truck, then you're kind of oblivious to that fact. So this video, I wanted to just kind of clarify what you want to watch out for. So what we have here is a two-wheel drive oil pan for a 22RE. And the way you know that is in the back, it has this clearance where the sway bar swings. And in the front, it has a very low section to allow the steering cross-linkage part to go back and forth. Now, if you make the mistake of putting a 4x4 pan on or dropping a motor in your truck from a 4x4 and you have a 2x4, a two-wheel drive, what's going to happen is the steering linkage is going to make contact right here. And that was the situation with my truck. The steering linkage had slowly started to saw a hole into the pan. I don't know if that was part of the reason they sold the truck to me or what, but because I'm a welder, I just thought, okay, no problem, I'll take the pan out, and I notched it with some 16 gauge plate steel, and then I put it back in. Now, also incidentally, the two pans run different sumps. So this shows a two-wheel drive sump. A four-wheel drive sump has a much longer kind of reach back to the four-wheel drive has or the 4x4 has all of its oil back in this area, and there's usually a protective kind of piece of metal that goes over that you can use to distinguish the two, and that's to protect it when you're off-roading. So not only is the pan different, but you got to get the corresponding sump that is different. Now, excuse me, on this one here, as I say, I'm getting ready to paint it with some black tractor paint, Valspar, or well, now it's owned by Krylon Tractor Paint. And if you mix the hardener in, it makes a very durable finish. I'll be throwing it on the truck here pretty soon. You can see I just knocked it down with some 400 grit sandpaper, and it's kind of ready for paint. Now, in my particular case, even though I notched the pan in the front and the steering linkage was no problem, I somehow overlooked the fact that the way that this rear sway bar on the two-wheel drive truck articulates, it didn't have enough clearance. Even though I banged it in with a little hammer, and I thought, oh well, I've almost got the right clearance. It bangs in such a way that you just basically have to have this pan. So I finally had to break down and buy one off of eBay. So for anyone who's curious about kind of the differences, this is the two-wheel drive pan. It has that relief in the back for the sway bar operating, and it's very low in the front for the front independent kind of suspension setup with no differential or anything, and the kind of that cross link that has the steering damper on it has to clear there. Has its own sump that indexes down into this area here. For anyone who wants to see the other side, you can kind of see it here. You can see how the sump stuff is laid out. It's slightly different. Like I say, on the 4x4 pan, it's all happening back here. So just something to be aware of if you ever have to switch oil pans or replace the oil pan, or if you're sourcing a new motor for your truck or something. Just make darn sure that if you've got a two-wheel drive truck, that you're getting a motor with a pan for a two-wheel drive, and don't accidentally drop in a 4x4 motor from a junkyard or something, because it will go in and it will bolt up. But when you drive the car, you're in for a nasty surprise because it will interfere. The 4x4 will interfere with the front steering linkage on your rear wheel drive only. So just want to put that out there. Should have some more videos coming soon on the truck. I keep meaning to get around to finishing part 2 of the top modifications, but just haven't had time. I've also got some welding to do on my exhaust system, so may do a video on that. But for now, this covers the oil pan. I hope for people who are faced with replacing the pan or dropping a new motor in. Okay, thanks for watching. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to use the section below. Thank you.